All right, so this is going to be interesting. I don't know if you guys can see me. Hi, everybody. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to be streaming from outside today because F the Leafs. We're just going to start off today's show by burning some leaves because we hate them. So we'll see how this goes. I'm just I don't know if you guys can even see me, but I'm going to go over there and say F it. We're burning some leaves because, we hate them. But much like the hockey team, these leaves are frozen. They are ice cold. And I think just like they have to our betting hopes and dreams, they might put out this fire. So we're going to see what actually burning these leaves does for us. I have no idea. My mic is currently hanging out of my window, and I'm trying to stand up to say hi to everybody. But yeah, we're going to say F it, burn some leaves, throw it in the fire, and then we'll get the actual show started. So I'll be right back. Oh. All right, so hey everybody, we'll burn this freaking leaf. All right, F the leaves. Burn! It just put out this fire. I hate you. I hate you, stupid leaves. Alright. Weird intro. But F the leaves. Alright, I'll be right inside. If you guys didn't already notice, this is our show. This is Promoguy. We'll be going over some actual bets. We just really hate the leaves. So I'll be right inside. Alright, hey everybody. I am back. Back inside. Look at this. Look at this little quick flip around. Let's see if I can even get my mic back inside. Oh, here. You guys can watch the intro. Alright. If that isn't possibly the weirdest start to a stream you guys have ever been a part of, well, then you're watching way weirder shows than I would ever expect. I don't even know where this is looking right now. Is that looking at where it's supposed to be? It's going to fall over. All right, welcome back. We are officially here. We're officially back. F the leaves. That's the point of today. We burned them. I didn't actually have any T-shirts or anything that I could actually show you. So we just said screw it. We're getting rid of these freaking things, and we're gonna burn them. They're ice cold. We hate them. They ruined every bet for the last seemingly 2 months. But you know what? I figured we'd start the stream off in a pretty unique way. Have no idea if that worked at all. I just thought it'd be kind of a fun way to get going, and say ultimately, burn the Leafs. We're done with them. They're officially on the banned list. We have a few teams that are actually on the banned list that we're pretty mad at. But they are definitely one that has really earned it. They've really earned it. So luckily we have some NHL boosts that are not a part of that. I'm happy that you guys stuck with me through that intro. I had some fun. It was actually a lot more awkward out there than I expected. Mostly because my fire died a little bit earlier than I planned, and my neighbor's dog was barking at me, but, we got the job done. We're moving on. We're done with the Leafs, both literally and in the betting world. And you know what? With that, I think we can go ahead, get into the daily picks, get into what we have going. I hope you guys had a little bit of fun with that. I hope you enjoyed it. The ridiculousness that was, moving on from the Toronto Maple Leafs. But Nonetheless, all right. Ooh, now that we're done with them, let's get in today's slate. But we're here. Here we go. All right, so we have our daily picks. We have we're gonna start off. So again, we've got our whole setup here. If you guys haven't signed up for any of our books, use the code Promoguy. Pop on in here. We have Caesars, we have BetMGM, we have DraftKings, Fanduel. My personal favorite sign up is BetRivers. Highly profitable. And then we have, ultimately this entire process is profitable. We're gonna go through days like what we had yesterday where we just hate, really one or two specific teams and we're mad at them and we put them on the banned list. But ultimately we're gonna move forward, and much like those leaves that I just tried to burn in my backyard, the hockey boosts have been ice cold, but I think we're gonna, just like that fire ended up working out. In fact, let me double check here. Yeah, my fire has officially burned everything that was out there. Those leaves, man, they stole food from David's family, and that's not what we want. That is not what we're looking for. So they're dead. They're in the past. We hate them. Unless we're betting against them, probably not. Or ultimately because we do believe in boosts. We're not betting on them unless they're boosted, but we're still really mad, and we're burning them and putting them in the past. But all right, let's see. Looking at the picks today. Today's Wednesday, so hopefully, yesterday, if you guys were following the stream, you were able to get in on BetRivers and get the 20% live boost down. I also looked into the same game parlay that we talked about on BetRivers, and that is on Saturdays, so that's why I didn't end up tweeting anything out there. But yeah, let's see. We have our favorite bet tonight is the DraftKings gift, so we are very excited actually for the Oilers Lightning game, because they just look good. It'll be lots of fun seeing that happen early on in the game. And then we have, let's just get into it with Fanduel, right? So we have our college basketball boost. We are risking $46 officially. I threw down the full 50 just because it was something where I like rounding to the nearest dollar sign for the most part. Every now and again, you guys will see me go and do exactly what it is. But when it's this close to 50, you'll see me most of the time just take advantage of that max bet. So the bet is Xavier and Houston both to win, and it's boosted to $200. So here we're officially risking 46. I put down 50. You guys can do either way. But then we have the NHL odds boost. Finally one without a team we hate. We have the Kings and the Coyotes, the Kings and the Yotes, both to score in the first period. This is boosted to plus 230. This is not in the first 10 like our gift is, but it is in the first period. Again, we are risking $47. So I, just like I did with the previous one, I boosted that up. I maxed it at the full 50. It's another near max bet, even though we hate these hockey boosts lately. Guys, this is a run that sometimes the runs go in our favor, sometimes they don't, but ultimately they're profitable. So we're going to continue to do that. And we also have the Oilers and Lightning both to score 3+ goals. This one we're only risking $25. This is plus EV. It was pretty clearly plus EV. Sam may be throwing some more money on this, so keep tuned to Twitter. I will also be retweeting whatever Sam says, and you guys can find all that there. We are also considering we're watching the Oilers Lightning game, and we're going to be rooting for this gift. This is actually the bet of the day. There is the boost on DraftKings, which is not something that we're throwing money down on, especially because you can find pretty close to the same odds on other websites with non-boosted. So we will not be doing the quote-unquote boost that is under the odds boosts, but we will be doing this gift. What you guys have to do, and this is important to kind of follow, is on Twitter, whether you're doing it through your app or whatever, whether it's online or on the app, you're going to, Sam retweeted this, I believe it's BR Betting, and you have to go to the link. You have to click on it. What I do on my whole process is when I'm on my phone, I go to Twitter, I go to whatever, I go to Sam's page, I go to Promoguy MI, and I click on the link. I click on that little bit.ly thing, and it'll open up the page. I immediately go and I just sign up. I don't click bet. I don't do anything like that. I just go to sign in. and then I go back to the page, right? I go back to this Twitter page. So I click the sign in button, I click done, and then I go back to the page where I started, and that's when I click on the link again, and I click the bet now that time. If I do that, it's worked for me every time. It's something that's, if you get into the habit of it, it's super tricky if you guys try to navigate it some different ways, but this has worked for me every time. So this is what we're talking about. You go to this BR Betting, you click on their link, that tiny URL link, and you click on that middle link, go sign in immediately, go back to the page, click on it, then click bet now, and it should show up available for you to use on your app. So I hope that helps clarify a little bit. That's one of the things that I know in the past we've come across and had a few issues with. But it is definitely profitable, definitely worth that little bit of hassle to be able to put that down. Next, we have the Caesars Super Boost. This is interesting because with it, on Caesars, we're basically rooting for a high-scoring game. We're rooting for the Red Wings to score 3+ goals, right? This is a $25 bet. I can't remember if I ended up using, I had a free bet, a $17 free bet that I may have used on this. But it is definitely a max for most bankrolls, as Sam mentions. It is important to bet what you can afford. And then we also have our third times the charm promo, where you bet money line on a team. We have the Avs Wings game here. And whatever, you bet the money line, you get however many points, right? So you get $50 free bet if your team scores 3 goals or more. So the Avs are the favorite here. The Avs, also in a higher scoring game, are definitely expected to hit this 3 or more goals. So you have a higher chance of getting that. And ultimately, this just ensures that, we're going to hit one of those, but if we're rooting for, we're probably going to hit one of these, whether it's the Super Boost or the third times the charm. What we're rooting for either way is a high scoring game where we could get like 5-3. That would be awesome. Or 4-3 in the Avs favor, 6-3 even, just a really high scoring game where we're hitting both of these bets where the Wings hit 3+ goals and we end up getting the Avs money line. If you want to bet both on the Red Wings, that's fine. But as we note here, right, they're already pretty close to even odds just to hit those 3+ goals, let alone, where we could get let alone win the game like we talk about in the money line. So it's just your own approach. We also have a new NHL, new to us promoting it, the NHL 1-game parlay insurance. This is similar process to what we've done on the NBA, where we're trying to get super low odds on these 1-game parlays. So Sam is going with a ridiculous -275 1-game parlay. Ultimately with no odds minimum, you're trying to shoot just to get your money, right? So you build a 4-leg parlay, you're unlikely, especially if you combine all 4 of those, to get -275. It is unlikely that any of them miss, let alone more than one. So you're just really emphasizing your likelihood to not only win the bet, but also make sure that you get a free bet if it does happen to lose. So just our advice with that whole thing is exactly kind of what I said. Go really favored odds where you can ensure the fact that you're going to at least get the free bet. So that's all of it for today. We will be looking out Thursday. Other than freaking screw the Leafs, F the Leafs, we burned the Leafs. We're going to move on from that. I think, just the betting gods out there are going to move in our favor now. These hockey parlays are going to start hitting, and we're going to move on. Again, if you guys haven't signed up for anything, use our sign-up offers for the sportsbook, or if you're a casino fan, go here. In fact, if you guys are on Caesars already and you've built up a little bit of a name there, there is a promo going on with only 3x rollover on the bonus. So you can get up $200. You can play through, on Bloodsuckers or Starburst or Guns N' Roses, whatever your heart desires, and you can play through and get pretty darn close to the expected value of that $200. So highly recommend that. And I think that's it for me today. There's no crazy parlays that I can shout out. I'll probably build my BetMGM parlay, and because I have so many issues logging in and signing in and taking advantage of all that stuff while I'm online, I think I might just build it offline and then shout it out on Twitter, because I do have Twitter now. If you guys want me to, it looks like we have a few people online, so welcome everybody. Happy to have you. But it really is something where we're looking at some of these things and just trying to go for a lot of favorite odds. So I'd probably just do something. You know what? While we're sitting here, I'm talking myself into it. I'm already logged in. I'll just go ahead and do it. So let's see. NHL, make sure you're opted in. In fact, I'm not opted in. I can see it right here. So you have the NBA one-game parlay insurance that we've talked about. Are you going to move over for me, or are you freaking out? It's freaking out. There we go. Oh, now I went too far. Anyway, make sure you're opted in before you do this. You're putting $25 on something. It's the same process as the NBA one-game parlay, and you'll be able to find Sam's, like I said, on Twitter. But other than that, do you guys, while I'm hanging out here, and you guys got to witness my ridiculousness of hanging out in my backyard, burning literal leaves in anger at the LEAFS. But do you guys have any questions, any thoughts that you know, whether it's for a sign-up bonus or, hey, how does promo A, B, or C look? Or, because I think we might have Sam on the other end of this who could answer a few questions. If not, I will do my best to answer them as well, just whether it's calculation or anything that you might have in mind. That's why we go live. That's why we do these things, is to, first off, hopefully provide a little bit of entertainment, like the whole struggle that was burning leaves in my backyard. But we can also just kind of dive in and get any questions. Yeah, heck yeah, Eric. Happy to help, man. You know, ultimately that's why we're here, is just trying to keep, you know, do a quick update, something that's reasonable enough to be able to, you know, like if you're a visual learner, or visual, I guess you take things in better visually, then I can kind of walk you through, show you our bets, and really just scroll through, talk about some of our favorite things that Sam has already written up. Or, you know, honestly, maybe some of our audience can't read. I don't know. You know, it took me until I always tell my students that I just figured out how to read last week. And that I'm still learning how to read, and you know, I'll like turn one of my books upside down and pretend I'm reading it upside down, and then, you know, they always get a kick out of telling me that I still can't read. So you know what? Maybe some of you also haven't learned how to read yet. No shame. Like I said, just figured out how to learn how to read last week. So maybe you take this in better by that, you know, by watching a video. Yeah, heck yeah. The Firekeepers deposit matches are fantastic. So happy you got in on that. Eric, how much did you make off of that, if you don't mind me asking? Because it's really nice to see people, or even obviously, like you just said, you don't have to share. We just like to see community members profiting as well. You know, we saw in the chat yesterday that Sam managed to burn through the entire thing. I came out with a grand total profit of about 180, so I'm certainly not mad at that. And then you know, it's just nice to see that we have community members in here who are profiting. So love to hear that. You know, ultimately that's why we shout out a lot of this stuff. Fanduel boost for the Penguins or Rangers? Yeah, we are doing that, Sam. Samuel Lopez. We are. Heck yeah. Love to see that. Love to see that. So Eric, you know, he just shouted out in the chat, he, you know, being able to make $200 in a day, guys, literally before this whole thing started, that would have been insane to me. That just is insane. But being able to make $200 in a day, you know, even with a bad day, still profiting with stuff like that is just clutch. So Sam, we are betting the FanDuel boost. We're actually maxing that. If you want to be a little bit more cautious, then you could throw 25. It's definitely worth betting something on. It is a profitable boost for sure. But But there is obviously a lot of variance in a futures bet like that. So, take that into account. A lot can happen, whether it's injuries or, complete shifts of momentum and chemistry within teams, even, different free agent signings. A lot can happen is my point. And we're definitely maxing that for now, though, with the FanDuel boost. Yeah, for real. It is crazy. Sam and I were just kind of reminiscing the other day about when we would drive down to Indiana before it was legal here in Michigan. We would drive down to Indiana because we're close enough, and we would just build these. We'd go down there and do some of the no-brainers, and we just had such a fun time getting so excited over $10 bets or $25 bets. And now that it's, since it's been legal here, we're sitting here talking about having, $3,000 months. Or, even like we just talked about, hey, we had a rough day yesterday. We're still up over 1,000 so far in the month of February. In a short month, one that hasn't, it took us a little bit to get started. And now we've been, we picked it up in the middle there. And then even just with having a bad day, we're still hovering right around $1,000 that we've made. And it's just crazy. It's just really crazy. I'm going to add in a first period goal to where did I even build this? The Jets Stars. We're going to build, let's see, who will cover the spread? Can we go favorite to cover a long spread in the first period? Let's go over 1.5. We're going to go, yeah, love this. We're going Dallas Stars to cover 2.5. We're going to go, who will score a goal? No, that's going to be long odds. I don't like that one. How many goals will a player score? When will a player score? Ooh. Let's go to teams. How many team goals? We're going to say that neither team is going to get shut out. We're going to say the Jets are going to go over 0.5. And the Stars obviously are going to go over 0.5. Over a half a goal. So no shutouts in this game today. And that puts us at a 4-leg parlay. Look at this. That puts us at a 4-leg parlay at minus 385. So $25 is going to pay out what? Nothing. But this technically counts as a parlay insurance. So this is insured. Again, this is just kind of a little bit of craziness. It's going to give us like $10. But you know what? That's going to pay for my dinner tonight. Let's see. How much do we get? $6.75. Perfect. I could go get some nuggets and some fries. And you know what? We're going to, basically, it's unlikely for any of these to not hit. It's so unlikely for any of these to not hit that at very least we're going to get a $25 free bet. And in all likelihood, I'm going to be walking away with some free nugs. So that's fun. So hopefully you guys enjoy my little parlay. If you guys want to obviously do something a little bit more favorable, you could say like, hey, each team over 1.5 or something, both teams to score so many goals. See, this is my issue I always run into with some of these is when I'm in my computer, it freaks out. It thinks I'm in like Guadalajara or something. And it's like, we don't like your location, so we can't place it. Hey, there we go. Second time. Okay. So, yeah, for real, Eric. So, it's been crazy seeing how much profit, all this extra income, especially if you guys are truly following us and you're taking advantage of these sign-up bonuses, using our codes. It is the best way to get these sign-ups. If you are following, like if you're following my blackjack approach, how to fully emphasize that. If you're, signing up for things like BetRivers and doing all these things, it's so profitable. It's legitimately paid for. I'm remodeling my basement right now. It's paid for that. It's paid for that fire pit that I have out there because when I first started teaching, I was so in debt. And I don't know if you guys know this, but teachers don't, we're not millionaires. We don't get paid a ton. So it's allowed me to do a lot of the things I love, like go to Michigan State games. It's allowed me to just spend quality time with my family who lives in Ann Arbor and in Chicago, and driving up to Boyne City to go see my family. So it really has been fantastic. It's been a blessing in so many ways to be able to get involved in this and really come across Sam and really recognize this, the ability and the approach to make money that is Promoguy, and just how to sign up for all this and really make money and consistent money. It's been fantastic. So I'm completely with you, Eric. So if there's not anything else that you guys are thinking about, I'm gonna pop on Caesars here and do my little promo thing, my little my sign up bonus that I got for Platinum. I'm just gonna shout this out real quick. I retweeted it on Twitter, and Sam talked about it a little bit, but it's really nice because they jacked up a lot of these playthroughs. And one of the reasons we like BetRivers so much is it's only a 1x playthrough. And so when you're playing blackjack or you're playing, one of these slots, it can make a lot of money. So 3x playthrough on something like, it's got to be on slots, 3x on slots. It's 15x on blackjack, which is still really nice. So if you're getting 3x on things like Bloodsuckers or on something like Starburst, which has been very consistent for me recently, it's got a lower RTP, but it's really, really low variance. So it's been great. So that's where I'm heading off next. Eric, I love that, I don't know if this is totally true, but it seems like every single person I've ever met that either, who came from a teacher family, it seems like they not only appreciate what their parents did and everything, but, they appreciate the value of money, and that's how you end up on Promoguy and taking full advantage of it. So love to have you. Love to have people who are part of teacher families. And Nicholas, appreciate the shout out, man. I appreciate it. I don't know that I would qualify myself as a GOAT. I like to think, hey, I'm just, I get to help out, but really appreciate the shout out. And anywho, I think that'll be it for me tonight. I'm gonna go make some money on slots. I'm excited for Starburst and all the pretty colors. All right, I will see you all later. This is me just signing off. I will. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll get some stream going. I look forward to seeing you all then. If you guys haven't already, follow on Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube page so that you don't miss out on any of this stuff. And we'll have some good days moving forward now that we burned them Leafs. All right, I'll see you guys later.